What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Thank you for joining me in another video here. We're going to be talking about AMC in this video. I know this is not how you're used to seeing me, but we need to kind of spit the honest truth before we get into some of the data because the day isn't over yet. Right now, it's 2:32. So I don't know what's going to happen. We could see a comeback and what's actually happening, but we will get into the price action and what's going on there. But I wanted to break down what's happening with AMC because a lot of people asked me in the live stream, was like, what's going on with AMC? Are we expecting a big move? Why are we not seeing any type of movement? Why is the volume so low? Or are people not selling? Are they not buying? Are they selling? What's going on? Like, what's happening? And I wanted to, kind of spit some, some honest truth and where I believe or what I believe is actually happening right now. Now, we've seen in the past where it was, $4 or $5 where it did settle at and for a little bit. And we didn't really see a ton of volume. And a lot of people were getting discouraged. They were getting upset with the fact that it was at $4 or $5 and it was showing signs of decreasing more with all of the shorts that were, taking place. Well, that was one of those holding periods, right? Not just consolidation, holding periods where we were not seeing a lot of buying, we were not seeing a lot of selling, we were not seeing a lot of shorting that was going on. Compared to the volume, yes, it was a lot, but compared to previous levels of shorts or how many millions of shares they did short in one day, it was nothing, right? We saw levels of where it was at 12 million or something like that, or even less than that. We didn't really see crazy millions of shares that were going through, going from 1.2 billion or something like that, going from billions of shares that were traded in one day to maybe single digit millions or tens of millions in one day. And that's exactly what we're seeing here, right? We're seeing it go down to about 30 million, 20 million, 10 million in certain levels. And to tell you the truth, you should expect it to get lower and lower as the price goes higher and higher because less people can afford those shares unless you have the same amount of shorts that are going through. And that's what's creating a lot of the volume, right? So right now, it's just that holding period. So don't get discouraged. I'm not telling you to sell or to hold on to it. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. But what I'm saying is that this is one of those holding periods to where we have seen them before at the level of $4 or $5 where it was holding for a while, then a level of $7 or whatever, where it was holding for a while. People were getting discouraged. They were getting upset. And some people ended up selling some portions and they were upset with the fact that it increased and they gave up on it, right? I don't want that to be you if you have been holding since that time period, since $4. If you've been holding since after the full dip all the way down to its lowest point, I think it was like 3 something, higher 3 something or lower 4s or something like that. But if you were holding since that point, then that's where I don't want you to just sell everything that you own because you don't believe it's going to make its move. Now, if you want to do whatever you want to do, you can do it. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. But I just don't want to see a lot of people get upset with the fact that they sold too early, right? You can get your profit and it's great to get your profit, but I don't want you to sit here and be like, all right, well, it's not going any higher. And then it ends up going a lot higher. So there still are a lot of variables that could take place. We never know what's going on with the hedge funds. We never know if they're going to get bailed out. We never know if they're going to stop, the sell button or buy button or whatever and not let us get out of our positions. We never know what is going to take place at that time, at a specific time. So there are a ton of variables, right? I would say in a standard situation, I think the floor definitely is around that $1,000 mark. $1,000 to $2,000 mark, but then you can have a crazy ceiling, right? It all depends what's going on in there. But the floor doesn't mean that it's the absolute lowest point after all variables are taking place. It's the absolute lowest point when we look at how this will play out. So if we look at it where the FOMO buying comes into play and some covering of those shorts come into play, the floor, $1,000, $2,000, right? That's where you see that squeeze end up happening. But if none of that takes place and they end up, before anything ever happens, they end up doing something that makes us hold on to our positions, yes, you'll see it increase. But if we can't sell it, if we physically can't sell it through different platforms, then it's going to go up to some of these prices and it's not going to do anything. Or if we can't buy it at certain points to where we can create that FOMO buying, then it doesn't increase that price to crazy levels and they cover their shorts at a lower point. So there's a lot of variables that can take place. So anyways, I just wanted to, kind of spit the honest truth in what I'm feeling, where I'm feeling this is actually at. And I think it's one of those levels where you're going to see a little bit of a holding period, a little bit of a point to where they're shorting a slight amount. Some selling is going through, not as much buying is going through. So that's why you're seeing it decrease by a little bit, not as much volume go through. It's just, that's the way that it goes. Let me know if you agree. But let's go ahead and get into some of the detail here just to give you guys a sense of where we're at. So we have 20% short interest of free float is where we are standing, almost 21%, 106, that would be crazy, 600 million shares. 106 million shares that are shorted there. We have a short interest change of 0.04%, so not really a crazy change. Shares on loan, 115 million, and utilization is around 87. We can still see that they are shorting. When we look at the FINRA data, we could see 52% short, where 9 million was shorted yesterday, or not yesterday, yesterday. I'm losing track of days. Monday. But then you have 55%, 57%, 51%. We're starting to see them still short at a massive rate, but just not a crazy amount, if that makes sense. So the rate based on how many shares that are out there, they're shorting a lot of those shares that happened in the day. So that's what we're seeing, about 52%, 55%, 57%. Let's look at Webull information and see if it was coming back. The last time I checked it, it was making a move back. So it did end up coming back from there. But this is that holding period that I was talking about. I mean, yes, we're down 4%. It's not anything that I'm worried about. It's only 31 million shares worth of volume. Typically, you'll see that go lower and lower, but it seems like they're shorting it more and more. So they're adding to that pile, right? So in my opinion, I don't think it's anything that I will be worried about. One, because I already have initial investment that I don't care about losing everything that's there, because it's all gravy that's on top of it, right? So I do believe in where this position can go and where it will go. It's just, we're obviously seeing a market that isn't responding well via like all of these different stocks, not just AMC. But yeah, that's where my head is. We did see this downturn. I was hoping it was going to be a positive day, but we're just not seeing a lot of buy volume that's going through. We're seeing a lot of short volume that's going through, a little bit of selling because people are maybe getting discouraged. They see it drop below 40 and they're like, I don't want to make those moves. But I would imagine most of the action, the downward action or negative action, is towards the hedge funds, towards the shorts. So that's my opinion on what's going on. Hopefully you can understand where I'm coming from with this. And I'm not saying that it's over at all. I'm just saying it's a holding period. I mean, we're expecting this to make a move, or at least some big move by the end of the year. And I've said it myself that with money, comes time. They can basically take everything that they have and they can hold on to it because there's nothing that's pressuring them out of there, right? We have the understanding that they have all of this unrealized losses, but it's unrealized. Everyone knows, every single person knows that invests in the stock market, that unrealized losses are not losses until you sell. Like that's how that goes. They're not realized until you sell. So this is where I'm sitting on. I'm still sitting on my 900 shares. As you could see here, it's not something I plan on selling anytime soon. So guys, let me know what you think about this. If I'm right or you believe that there's something else that comes into play. There's always other things, but I do want to know how you guys feel. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, let me know what you think about my other content if you guys want to go over there and check that out. If you watched till the end of this video, type in Jolly Ranchers down in the comment section to let me know that you watched it towards the end. You always put those. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys for watching and being a part of this. I know I've been a little distant because Harper's been home with me, so now I can actually upload a little bit more on all channels, on all platforms. But I'm gonna get out of here and I'll catch you guys in the next video.